Can your neighbors now tear down their house and put up a fourplex? I'll explain it here, so stick around. Hey guys, Daniel Flores here, the Bay Area's trusted realtor. The word is out that major land zoning bills signed by Governor Gavin Newsom don't amount to much because they were so watered down by compromising legislation. Don't believe it. If my next door neighbor can convert her single family home into a fourplex, that amounts to a lot. Suddenly, there are more cars parked on the street, more little kids screaming, and more dogs leaving gifts on my lawn. And she could do all of this under SB9, the signature bill by Senator Leader Toni Atkins from a recent concluded legislative session. Not that the legislation shouldn't have been passed or signed. California's urban areas must become more densely populated if we're to provide enough affordable housing for 40 million plus people, 7 million of which are from the Bay Area alone. We're still clinging to the comfortable California laid-back lifestyle, funded on sunshine and ample backyard space for a pool, that we became accustomed to in the last century when our population was half or 1/4 of what it is today. But living space has greatly tightened and housing has become impossibly pricey for too many middle-class families and young couples who are being priced out of California. We need to cozy up in large cities near jobs and public transportation. That means filling vacant lots of land with housing, making more efficient use of residential land, and building higher rather than sideways into far-off suburbia, where long commutes play havoc with family life and emit greenhouse gases that accelerate climate change. But mainly, we've got to do something about the economics of supply and demand that are turning the California dream into a nightmare for millions. There's dearth of supply and unquenchable demand. We need to add 1.8 million to 2.5 million new homes by 2025, and we're crawling along at maybe 100,000 per year. The median price for a single-family California home in August was about $825,000, compared with the national median of roughly $360,000 in July. In Los Angeles, it was $825,000 in July. In San Francisco, it was $1.3 million. Atkins' bill and another SB10 by Senator Scott Wiener would weaken single-family zonings, if not eliminate it, and make it easier to build multifamily dwellings. Jason Elliott, a Newsom senior advisor, would ask people who are opposed to these bills, what about how the status quo is working now? What about our affordable crisis, soaring home prices, homeless crisis? Is that okay with you? It's difficult, if not impossible, for young people to even think about buying a house. The status quo on affordability is broken. When the status quo isn't working, it demands change. California needs more housing, especially in the right places, near jobs, schools, parks, shopping centers, transportation. This legislation is a lot better for our climate and moves us towards the governor's equity and affordability goals. SB9, dubbed the duplex bill, would offer homeowners new options to build additional housing on their lots, regardless of whether they're current zone for single family only. They could add a granny flat, convert the house into a duplex, or erect a triplex or fourplex. SB10 would be voluntary for cities. They could rezone a parcel for a new housing development of up to 10 units and streamline government permitting. A builder could bypass the California Environmental Quality Act, often abused by project's opponents. The project gets dragged out until it's no longer economically feasible and is abandoned. Senator Scott Wiener also said, Instead of taking 10 years, a project could be permitted in a matter of months. Both bills, especially the duplex bill, triggered an intense legislative fight, most of it under the news media radar because of attention given to the Newsom recall election and the pandemic. Weiner also said that this was a good old-fashioned political showdown. The showdown was unique for the legislative battle. It involved mainly ordinary citizens, especially on the opposing side, much more than special interests. A lot of homeowners and some wannabe homeowners priced out of the market followed the old textbook advice to write and call your legislator. In the end, several protections were negotiated into Atkins' bill to preserve rental and low-income housings, deter speculators, and retain local government control over design standards. So what did you think? Comment below, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to post them here. Also, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.